Hey you. How's it going today? I'm doing a personal current ranking of some of the albums that I own, actually all of the albums that I own. Hey you, today I'm doing a personal ranking of all of my personally owned albums that includes vinyls and CDs. So this isn't a ranking of every single album in a certain band's discography or a person's discography. This is just the albums that I have from certain people that I went out of my way to spend money on. So, if I bought an album, that does mean that I like it. Just a disclaimer, I love all these albums, which is why I purchased them in the first place. I would not have bought them if I didn't like them. So, the albums that are at the lower end of this ranking does not mean that it's a bad album. It just means that at this very second, I'm not really feeling it, and I have all these albums ranked and I'm looking at it, and I might even change it as we're going on because music is very subjective, it's very time based, and yeah. Also, if you're wondering what that is behind me, that is a vinyl, but it is not an actual album. That's Vinyl Moon's The Long Run, so I'm not counting it as an album. So, starting from worst and working our way up, we have Bruno Mars, 24 Karat Magic. This is a very fun album, but it is just a commercial album that was made for money and not really, um, you know, I don't think that Bruno truly cared about the things that he was writing in these songs, but they are very fun, and I have to admit that I like a lot of the songs on the album, just not really feeling it at the very moment. Next up, we have Born Sinner by J. Cole. This is another great album that I just am not really feeling right now. It's my favorite J. Cole project, I'd say, by a little bit. I'm um, pretty close with. Um, I'm blanking on what the album is called actually right now, but the new one, the not the My Delete Later one, the one before that. I don't know why I can't think of the name. The Off Season. I'm very close with the Off Season. Not a big fan of 2014. I know it's probably rap blasphemy, but that's just where I'm at. Next up, we have Ultra Ground 2 by Denzel Curry. So next up, we have Kings of the Mysterious. Next up, we have Kings of the Mischievous South 2 by Denzel Curry. I love, love, love this CD, but the actual album itself, not really music that I mess with that heavy. As I found out after I bought it, I just bought it because the CD was awesome. I saw it online and I was like, wow, that's awesome. And I also like some of Denzel's stuff. Not really into it, but that's okay. It's still a great album, still fun, still very high energy, all that great stuff. Next up, Call Me If You Get Lost, Tyler the Creator. Not really feeling a lot of rap at the moment, as you can probably tell from my list. Just not the vibe that I'm in right now. Obviously, still love that album, just not really my thing right now. Next up, we have Are You Experienced by Jimi Hendrix. Again, this is a great album. I bought it because it is a classic in psychedelic rock and all that great stuff. Just not really feeling it at the moment. Haven't really been spinning it lately. It's alright. Next up, And Justice for All by Metallica. Amazing album. One of my favorites from Metallica, although as a bass player, I do not enjoy the bass parts of that album at all, as I'm sure you probably know if you know anything about that album. They are not the greatest, so that's very unfortunate, but it's a great album nonetheless. There was a lot of issues with the bass recording, so you can look into that if you'd like. Next up, we have Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. Another amazing album. Just not really into this kind of vibe right now. I don't know exactly what genre you'd consider that. Singer songwriter maybe, but not really into that vibe at the moment. Definitely love that album though. One of my favorites of Billie's. Next up, we have Rodeo by Travis Scott. Again, one of the quintessential trap albums, one of the best psychedelic rap albums of all time. Not feeling it right now, unfortunately. Not really getting much play in my stereo. Up next, we have SZA with SOS. Again, love this album. And unfortunately, it's just not getting much play right now. I don't have the most to say, but I did love a lot of those songs when I was first getting into R&B. Next up, Igor, Tyler the Creator. I think every single soul on earth has this in their vinyl collection. Just not really what I've been listening to as of right now. Next up, getting to stuff I actually have been listening to recently, 444 by Jay-Z, one of the best albums that Jay-Z ever released, and ironically it was one of his last as well. I think it would have been a very high note to end his career on this, so I'm just going to pretend that any album that he drops after that does not exist, and if he drops any new albums, just going to pretend they don't exist. So that's the plan for that. Next up, we have a recent purchase. We have Pink Floyd's A Momentary Lapse of Reason. Great art on this album. Loving it. Just not really feeling the music at the moment. It's very poppy in terms of the sound, and I'm just not really in that boat right now. Next up, we have In the Darkness, Hearts Aglow by Wise Blood. Love this album. Very good, very spacious sounding. Not as good as her debut, though, unfortunately. Next up, Moon Safari by Air. Loving this album lately. Amazing art on this piece as well. Just absolutely love this album. One of my favorites. One of the first albums to get me into instrumental music and to French music and all of that great stuff that this album was and still is. Just gonna do some rearranging here. Next up, we have a bunch of CDs. So firstly, we have The Weeknd. We have After Hours. This is my favorite Weeknd album by far. It's not even close. Love that album so much. Been getting a lot of play for me lately. Next up, we have Pretty Hate Machine by Nine Inch Nails. This is a really good album. If I'm, driving to work and I'm tired or something like that, definitely a great wake up album for, the mornings or even the late night drives to keep you awake. Very interesting, spacious sound, great electronic music as well, great industrial, paving the way in that field. Next up, we have System of a Down, Toxicity, and this is where I will say that these rankings are not where I objectively think these albums would rank in an artist's discography, for example, but this is just what I've been playing the most right now. So obviously this is one of the best albums ever made, but it's just not where I'm at right now in terms of my top most listened to stuff. Great album though, loving it, listening to it all the way through in the car, sounds great. Very well mixed and just an amazing album, not much more to be said. Next up, we have Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar, one of the few hip-hop albums that I can listen to while I'm in my kind of rock phase. Obviously, nothing needs to be said about that album. Next up, we have Atom Heart Mother by Pink Floyd, one of my favorite albums by the band in terms of early work. Definitely one of their most experimental albums and one of their best albums. Obviously top in their discography. Great album, great cover, great art, all that stuff. Next up, we have The College Dropout by Kanye West. Been listening to this in the car as well recently. Loving the album. Still to this day. Hate the guy, love the art, kind of thing. And that's going to be pretty apparent for the next couple of albums that you can see on the list. Next up, we have the first Glass Beach album by Glass Beach. And this is an absolutely beautiful cover and CD case. Love that album so much. Just recently getting into it a little bit more, but loving it to death from what I've heard. And really hoping that the band continues to produce music. I've heard that Classic J has said that they're on a little bit of a hiatus right now, but hoping that does not continue because, as you will probably see later in this list, I love their stuff. Next up, we have Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry. This was the reason why I picked up the other Denzel record, loving this album. I've never heard any Denzel Curry music before this, and I just picked it up in FYE because the album cover looked interesting, and I'd heard of the guy before, listened to it, and it is literally one of the best hip hop albums ever made of all time, objectively. Subjectively, I love it. It's one of my favorites, literally ever. I play that album all the time. Next up, we have "Awaken My Love" by Childish Gambino. Maybe a little bit controversial to have it this high, but I just love like every single song in this project. From front to back, I love "Me and Your Mama." It's one of the best songs I've ever heard. It's one of the songs that got me into rock in the first place. Same with obviously, the big hits like Redbone, but even the less known songs such as like Zombies, for example, I absolutely love that song. It's probably my favorite on the album, maybe next to Me and Your Mama. Also, really loving, what's that song that's like, "Everyone, get down, baby." Yeah, that one. And Riot is amazing. Literally all the songs on the album are amazing. Next up, we have Mac Miller Circles, my favorite Mac Miller album by far. I love this album. Love where he was creatively at this time. So tragic that he passed away. Rest in peace to the absolute goat of music. Next up, we have Kid Cudi, Dark Side of the Moon, or we have Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon. Next up, we have Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon 3. This is the one of the better albums in the Man on the Moon trilogy. I'd say it's probably the second best. I think that obviously Man on the Moon 1 is probably the best, and Man on the Moon 2 is probably the worst in my opinion, although I've heard different opinions from Cudi fans, but I just love this album. This album has healed me through so many things. It's helped me and been here with me through a lot of pain that I won't go into, but a lot of mental health struggles. Cudi is always there. It's like he's holding my hand and helping me in real life when I'm listening to his music, so I just love that album. Next up, we do have 808s and Heartbreak by Kanye West, another album that's helped me through so much pain, anxiety, depression, issues, all kinds of things. This album has been there for me. That's why I bought it. Next up, we have MGMT Self-Titled, which unfortunately has a little crack that I didn't notice, but that's okay. Self-Titled MGMT, one of their best albums, I will say. I do think it's better than Congratulations. Don't at me. I think that if you don't like this album, you just don't get it. And it's one of the best experimental albums that the band ever did. Alright, CD run is over. Now we have Kids See Ghost by Kanye West and Kid Cudi. Again, absolute healing music. If you have not listened to this in the past couple weeks, days, hours, minutes, re-listen to it right now. It's literally 20, like not even half an hour. It's like 24 minutes long. Amazing LP. If you even just want to listen to Reborn and that's it, listen to Reborn. That is one of the best songs genuinely ever made. I do have a hair in my nose. Next up, we have The Wall by Pink Floyd. This is one of my most recent pickups. I'm not going to open it because I don't think I can show some of the stuff in here on this app, but definitely a amazing album. Not my favorite Floyd, definitely not, but definitely one of their best objectively, but nowhere near my favorite, although this album was the one that introduced me to the band a couple years ago. When I first started listening to them, some of the more popular rock cuts off this album that many people, was played for many people would request on the radio back when it was released in the 70s, and those cuts definitely got to me through my love for other classic rock artists due to my grandfather. So a lot of these songs in here remind me of him before he passed, so that's why I love that album so much. Next up, one of the best albums ever made by a rap artist, we have Man on the Moon 1 by Kid Cudi. 4 acts of absolute amazing artistry and chemistry between multiple artists and features. One of the best albums ever made by far. Next up, we have Roger Waters' Is This the Life We Really Want? A double LP, like The Wall. My favorite part of this album is that it samples, I believe, Donald Trump. So that is just kind of funny, especially in today's time. This was released in 2017, I will say. Next up, we have a couple of CDs here. And do not take this the wrong way, Roger. I absolutely love you. Absolutely adore your work. I will say Luck and Strange by David Gilmour is a little bit better. I am really, really sad that this is not, for some reason, playing very well on my CD player at the moment in my house. It works on literally every other CD player. In my car, I have a little like portable one. Works great on those, but for my stereo, for some reason, it's not reading the disc very well. Not sure why that is, but oh well. Next up, we have Glass Beach's best album so far, Plastic Death. I love it way, way, way more than their first one, and I absolutely adore their first one. So it's definitely saying something. It's very Pink Floydian. It reminds me of Animals. It reminds me of The Wall in a way. There's a lot of just riffs that remind me of David Gilmour, and a lot of solos that remind me of him as well. The phrasing sometimes also reminded me. I will say that this album is a little bit heavier than a Glass Beach fan may expect if they've just heard the first album, but definitely worth checking it out. Next up, we have maybe the greatest rap album of all time. I'm not sure. It's definitely up there. We have Graduation by Kanye West, one of the best art showpieces in my collection. Love the art. Hate the guy. Continuing. Next up, we have Animals by Pink Floyd. I have a lot of Pink Floyd records. In case you couldn't tell, they are my favorite band by far. Absolutely insane story. Absolutely insane album. And unfortunately, it was the start of the end for the band. That's why it's not a little bit higher for me. I listen to it and it makes me sad. And not just because of the themes discussed in the album, but because of what it meant for the band. Same with The Wall. So it's just a little bit harder for me to listen to in that sense. Next up, Metal by Pink Floyd. One of their best albums of all time. Probably objectively not one of their best albums of all time, but subjectively I love this album. My first long Pink Floyd song that I ever heard was Echoes off of this album. It is a masterpiece. It is emotional. It is raw, and it is old compared to a lot of their 70s work. It is one of their older 70s projects that came out and somehow was still amazing even when it came out. It was the band's first real exhibition that they really got it and that they could do this and make it. So I love it for that. Next up, we have Dark Side of the Moon, which I have on CD and vinyl. Obviously, you have to have it on both. Have to be able to listen to it in the car, and the vinyl version is an experience. I feel like with most Pink Floyd albums, you do have to buy the vinyls to have the full experience, I will say. Love how the inside art looks on both the CD and the vinyl as well. Just I can't say anything about the Dark Side of the Moon, man. You already know. It is literally one of the best albums of all time. Maybe the best rock album of all time. Objectively. Subjectively, number one, Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. My most listened to current album. Literally, probably my favorite record ever created by any artist, by any band, by any group. It's honestly not even close. I love Dark Side. I love Animals. I love Metal. It's just Wish You Were Here, man. I mean, I found this album during a very, very, very dark time in my life. I had just lost the man who I considered my father, that being my grandpa, when I found this album. And, Shine On You Crazy Diamond was inspirational to me in a way, telling me to, persist through things and struggles. And Wish You Were Here was definitely a piece that reminded me of my grandfather, because he did like that song. And again, also reminds me of my father because he also was a big Pink Floyd guy. I have a little bug in my room and he is flying around. But um, yeah, also one thing I meant to mention is that my dad actually has this CD on, in the original release packaging. I can't find it, unfortunately. Um, so, he had a couple CDs that I really liked that I cannot find, unfortunately, right now before he passed. So if I ever find them, I will cherish them and treasure them. I really don't know what happened to them though, but it's okay. Um, I got my own version of it because I love the album. But not much to be said about this. Literally, probably their best album. I think that objectively, "Wish You Were Here" is Pink Floyd's best album, but "Dark Side of the Moon" is their best rock album, if that makes sense in a way. The concept from Sid Barrett to Roger Waters, all that stuff, all of those feelings and emotions that so many people felt at that dark time in people's lives who made it. I wish that I could one day make something as great as that. I'm actually working on some music right now, so if you'd like to hear any snippets of that, I might put a snippet at the end of the video if I want to. But yeah, I've been recording for a minute, so I'm going to sign off now. I appreciate you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And sorry if I got a little bit too emotional. Music makes me emotional, as it should. That is the whole point. Yeah, love music. I love making music. I love listening to music. I love talking about music. So if you want to support any of that, I try to just come on here and be really real and not be fake at all to you guys. So, no exaggerated personality. I want to be pretty emotionally open as well. Nowadays, that's kind of where I'm at. So if you like any of the albums that I mentioned in this video, make sure to drop a comment. Let me know if you like them. I made some funny mistakes, but I'm just going to leave them in an effort to just be real with you guys. And yeah, so I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you on the... Wait, that's not even how the song goes. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the dark side of the moon. Okay, that was really cringy. That was way worse than I thought it was going to be. Thanks for watching.